It's the life so many start out in. A bag full of shoes and a room full of mirrors, fogged with clouds of hairspray, all in preparation for cross-country trips that take center stage.
Competition weekends, parents driving me to and from, all things dance related.
It's the life Paige McRae started out in at 3 years old.
A friend from elementary school reached out and she was like, I remember in 3rd grade when I first met you, you said you wanted to grow up and be a Rockette one day. So it's been a lifelong dream.
A lifelong dream that few people are blessed to see through.
I think a lot of little girls start off in dance, right? Whether it be ballet or tap at some sort of young age. What was the moment though when you realized, okay, this isn't just a hobby, I'm making this a career?
Well, definitely when young, I think your parents kind of put you in everything. Try some sports, try whatever sort of arts and crafts might come up, and then dance always took the priority, even over sometimes school dances or birthday parties with friends. I wanted to be in the dance studio. I wanted to be at the competitions.
Was there a time when you thought, okay, that's it, I need a new dream, I'm gonna try to make it doing something else?
Not yet, and I hope maybe that day never comes. I would pick a hard day in a dance job versus a good day at a desk job, just for myself.
And a moment while dancing at the University of Alabama locked in a professional dream.
I was actually in my master's at UA, and 2 Rockettes came to teach a master class in one of the studios at Clark Hall, and I took the class and it was just reignited all over again. I was like, I can't stop, whether it's from dance team or from the dance classes. I was like, I have a fire inside of me that I just need to keep dancing. So that's kind of what sparked it. I told my parents, I'm like, I can't wait to finish out my master's, but when I'm done with that, I've got to audition. I've got to be a dancer for as long as I can kick my face.
What was the transition like from collegiate dancer to professional dancer? Because not too many athletes and performers make it to that next level.
You still, within that college repertoire, you have classes you're supposed to go to or practices you're supposed to attend. So your schedule's still very crafted for you. But the second you step out into that real world, no one's making you attend a dance class or show up to an audition.
That kind of hard work is nothing short of a requirement when your office is Radio City Music Hall.
What does the life of a Rockette look like? Just a day in your life?
Oh, good question. A day in a life can, look different for everyone. For myself, when we're in shows, I wake up and I start the day with a really nutritious breakfast to get the day going. We have sometimes 2, 3, or 4 shows a day. So I often get to Radio City. We have an entire athletic training and physical therapy team here. So I make sure to warm up properly. We do blister care and tape our feet so we can get through these endless shows. And then just resetting for that next show. And then at the end of the day, we definitely do ice baths. So we'll sit in that cold tub to help with that recovery process. And really it's head home and maybe watch some Christmas movies or light a candle, read a good book, and then go to bed and do it all over again.
Of course, Paige says all that work pays off when a crowd erupts for a one-of-a-kind show.
I love that you mentioned too that so many of you are from all different places. You come together, you perform in unison. I want to talk the kickline specifically. Is there a rule of thumb that you guys keep? I mean, what's going through your mind to stay so in sync? It's phenomenal.
Well, first off, a lot of practice, that's for sure. Practice makes perfect. But I think the biggest thing that most people don't know about our kick line is we don't actually touch. So we're not actually holding on to the women next to us. So our arms look linked behind the back, but we say feel the fabric. So it's just a light touch. And I think that goes to the personal responsibility. You have to be confident in your kicks and able to maintain that. And that's where that athleticism comes to play. We kick toe to eye. So it's maybe not the craziest high kick you've ever seen where some dancers can whack their foot above their head, but because it's so precise to create that long line across the stage, we have to be quick and in sync. And a lot of it, like I said, is just that practice of being on your number and maintaining that rhythm of those kicks.
That rhythm, those kicks, that line, a part of the history that's kept this group together for decades. Much more than a Christmas tradition, the Rockettes have served as a light during wartime, promoted ever-changing forms of media, inspired fitness and creative movements nationwide. And today, being part of this team remains a pinnacle of showbiz success.
What is it like and what does it feel like to be an American icon?
I have chills with the way you phrase that question. I love that so much. We recognize every time we step foot on that stage, it's not just for us, it's for all the women who came before us and all the women that will come ahead of us. It is something so iconic. New York at Christmas is something people talk about, they dream about. Some people plan these family trips where they save up to come and make this memory. We have so many women who, their grandparents came to the show, then their parents came to the show, took them to the show, and now we are the show. So we understand the legacy we're upholding every time we step on that stage. Our Parade of the Wooden Soldiers number, every single Rockette who has been on the line has done that number. So when we're putting on our starched white pants and we're putting on that 3-foot hat, there's no short sightedness in understanding what that means to us and to all the women that came before us. I'm very lucky and very privileged to be able to carry on that legacy.